Greetings, everybody. Welcome to Just the Normie channel. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, and share my content as it helps the channel greatly grow. Today we're going to be talking about Falcon and Winter Soldier. It did better on any of the shows that Disney Plus had on it. As you are aware, Winter Soldier and Falcon were both snapped out of the existence due to Thanos in Infinity War. This episode explores that and other areas of what happened. They said that 5 to 6 billion people snapped out of existence. That alone is a crazy number, knowing that we have around 7.6 billion people on the planet. Just imagine all industries, functions in the world that would have just stopped working, then coming back and having to deal with the situation 5 years later. You know, the world would be in a different state. Most likely the world would be just what most third world countries look like, you know. And not only that, there's thousands of aircraft flying all over the world. You know what I'm saying? So what things fell out of the sky and killed more people? People that just didn't just get snapped out of existence, but they also died, you know? And I'm saying that because what's to say that the pilots didn't get snapped out of existence? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that all planes had that happen, but I would imagine, it did. But I think it is Disney Plus's #1 show, according to the analytics and information coming out of Disney Plus for episode 1. Let's hope it can sustain itself into going forward with 6 episodes total. Even it outdid WandaVision and The Mandalorian. And at the recording of this, episode 2 is already aired, and I waited so long because I kind of wanted to sit on this episode because I wanted to read some other reviews and thoughts of other people. Some people have stated that it was very boring, which I can understand and respect that. But the first episode opens with a great action scene with Falcon, which looks very movie-like. But TV shows are showing just as good, if not better, was great visuals. Falcon was attempting to track down a terrorist cell. There was a fight scene on the plane, military aircraft. It was great. I loved it. It was just a great scene. Having to fight in such close quarter combat, along with a lot of the abilities of Sam Wilson's suit wings can do to help protect Falcon. As I don't recall him being able to do so in the movies. I don't recall him ever doing. Maybe he did. Maybe it went by in the sequences so quickly that I didn't see it happen. But he also has this little drone, which was really cool as well. A little unrealistic, but at the same time, okay, it was great. Seeing didn't take me out of it. It was interesting. All the while, the terrorist he is tracking is trying to make it to what appears to be another nation state that Sam Wilson can't enter. However, some have attempted to make it comparing it to like WandaVision. There is nothing in comparison by any measures. They're completely different, like black and white. In a lot of ways, this MCU Falcon Winter Soldier show and episode really dove into the past. The snap, as I mentioned earlier, is an interesting perspective in terms of who Sam Wilson is dealing with in terms of his family, to Winter Soldier dealing with their respected PTSD, which was implied by someone or a director in tackling such issues. And I respect that. As many of you know, I have PTSD from working overseas as a military contractor during the war in the early and mid 2000s. It is something that is not looked at enough. Um, this idea and direction they're taking with the mental illness, I hope they stick to it. That is what, and that is what makes great TV writing. Having to actually have a compelling story, actually dealing with consequences, actions, mental instability, mental illness, and stuff like that. Actually tackling real issues of our time. And PTSD is actually one of those things, including a lot of depression in the world. And now with the Rona situation, we have created more people, adults, children alike, and stuff. And we don't know what the repercussions of this is going to be and stuff. But I think in this episode it's very interesting the way that they were tackling it all. But another interesting perspective is Sam and his conflict with the shield and the memory of Captain America. You can really feel that coming from Anthony Mackie. He's such a great actor. It is something that is on his mind throughout the entire episode. Even Rhodey coming to him and asking him to hold the mantle of Captain America and the shield. Granted, he is Falcon, and in my opinion, I think that Sam is having to deal with all other things that have to do with living in two worlds in a lot of ways. Navigating this per se new world after the snap as well too. Then having to help his family, his sister, all that stuff. So everything is very it's convoluted in a lot of ways, a lot of uncertainties and stuff like that. We don't really know where they are in the timeline of how long they've been back. I don't remember them actually saying anything about it. On the situation with Winter Soldier, Bucky, he's working with a psychologist in a manner of going through the steps of redemption, which will never happen for decades of being 100 years old. Living in a decade that he doesn't understand is kind of scary in a lot of ways. Man out of time kind of feel. He only knows what he was created for, having flashes of things he might not be able to connect. That is how I see Bucky and him dealing with the PTSD. If you understand PTSD, you can understand the actor portraying what he is in a very, very well done position. You can see it on his face. He's attempting to make what he is seeing or exploring it make sense to him. But in many ways, you can see it. His loss of memory or remembering and having to deal with all of that after being deprogrammed per se. Realizing and working through all that he had done for being used as a weapon, the loss of his family, friends, his best friend, Captain America. But who and what is his purpose as is the Winter Soldier? What is his place? We know that the Doctor talks to Bucky about Sam attempting to get a hold of him. For what? We don't know, but who knows where this is going? And perhaps we will get it from the coming episodes. I'm sure we will. In all honesty, it was a solid first episode. We have 5 more to go. I give it an 8 out of 10. And the reason why is some of the pacing is off. It seems slow, and because the two actors never they never connect with each other in this episode, unless you really want to count a text message to Winter Soldier. It was basically a standalone episode for each character exploring their own demons of having to work through and setting up the show, in a lot of ways. It's a solid, good episode, like I said, it's got its issues. No show is perfect. I'm looking forward to seeing episode 2, and I'll do another episode on that. Let me know what you think down below. I'd like to know what your thoughts are. Did you like it? Did you see what I saw? Like, subscribe, and share. And I'll be talking later, everybody. Bye.